So in today's class, we will cover tar command. All right. So we'll understand what is tar and how we use it and why people use this tar and what kind of uses is there, right? So let's start. So that Linux tar stand for tape archive, right? So you know the archive. Have you understand
Yeah,
the word of archival?
yes.
Okay, so archival is the process, right? Where just like if you not using any data, right, continuously, you can uh, put it on an archival basis, right? Means you can take backup or you can put it for some time in a separate location. And whenever you need, you can again use that data, right? So that's why
Mhm.
people do archival. So you can say tar is a archival tool, right, which create a compression, right? So as it's written, right, the linux tar stand for tape archive, which is used by a large number of linux administrator to use this command for tape drive backup. The tar command used to rip a collection of files and directory into highly compressed archive file, commonly called by tarbale, tar, ggzip, bzip in Linux, right? So all this archival is available in the Linux, right? So uses of tar, right? So when you use tar command, so there are some options, right? Options, you understand options. After the command you use hyphen c, hyphen v, hyphen d, like this, right? So these are the options which you can use with the tar. So when you will use c, so c means create an archive file, X means extract an archive file. V for a verbose means if you want to see a process, you have to use a V. And F means file of the archive, means you have to define a file name, right? T viewing the content of the archive file, and J filter archive through bzip2. So there are some compression label, right? Just like bzip2. All right. So when you have to create a bzip, you have to use a J, right? Z is the gzip, right? And R is to append or archive file or directly to the existing archive files. When you want to use a W, W is to verify a archive file, means it will give you a right error. If any error will be there, just like any corrupted file or there or anything, you can use W, right? Wildcard is specified pattern in unix star commands, right? So let's go or understand, right, this star command on the terminal. So the very first thing, how we can create a tar command, right? So let's go on a terminal. I hope you are able to see the screen properly.
Yes.
Okay, so let me increase the font a little bit. So this white and black background is still I have not understand. All right, so now it is white and after some time it will become a black.
I like the whites.
Automatically. Okay, so right, let's suppose we have just like here, let's log in with root. See, it's not mandatory to use star command with root, right? Whatever permission you have, according to you, you can use star command. So any user can use star command. There is no limitation to use star command, but you should have a permission on that directory which you are trying to read, right? At least read option should be there. Okay.
Okay.
So the first one is, the first command is create a tar archive. The below command example will create a tar archive, nscloud, whatever name. All right. So let's suppose you want to create a tar file or you want to take a backup, right? So let's do. We have so many tar files we have already. So we delete first or everything. rmstart.gz. Okay, okay, okay. Mhm. Yes, cloud. Okay, here start. Right. So now is also deleted. So see, now we have only my files and my files.txt in the current directory, right? So pwd. See, inside the root we have one directory called nscloud. Inside this nscloud we have two files, my files and my files.txt. So let's suppose when you want to create an archive file. So let's understand the command syntax. So syntax is, first you have to use a tar command, right? And after tar command you have to give options. Options means that what type or options you are going to use, just like a b c d, all these things we use, right? So in tar I have already gone through the options, available options. And if you want to see the more detail about that, you can go in the man page and you can see here, like see tar hyphen a, tar hyphen d, all this is the options, right? Okay, so let's see the very simple things. So how to compress a file with tar command, right? So the command is tar space hyphen c, right? So c for create, right? V for verbose, F for file name. So after this, you have to give the name of the file which you want to, all right, create after tar, right? So let's suppose we are going to archive nscloud dot tar file, right? So this is the file which we are going to create, means compressed file, right? And after that you have to give the path of the directory or a file which you want to add inside this tar. Okay, so we are going to take backup for entire home folder, right? So see, this entire home folder will be added inside this nscloud.tar, right? So let's create enter. So see, when you run enter command, right? See, it is showing you all process. Understand how many files and how many files are there inside this. All right, it will show you all the file name. Why it is showing? Because we have added in the command v, right? If you will not add this v, you will not see all this output, right? Okay,
Okay.
okay. So now just do ls. So see, one file are created here. So let's see the size of this file, nscloud.tar. What is the size? 120K. And let's see the size of actual file and folder and see the difference, right? See how much is the size? 152K and 120, 132K is the compressed formats. So see, the compression level is totally depend on the type of file, right? Just like if you are compressing any txt file, so that txt file will compressed around 60 to 80%, right? Just like if one txt file is there which size is 1 GB, right? So without compression, when you will compress that file, it will become 200 MB only, 200 or 250 MB, right? So it will save data so much, right? It will also consume little space, means shorter space than actual file. Okay.
Mm.
Next, right? So here we have created, right, C for create a new tar file, and V for verbose, F for file type or file name you want to give, right? So second one, create a tar.gz file. So just understand, when you will create a tar.gz, it's a compression type. So when you have to create tar.gz, you have to give option hyphen z here. And one more thing here, either you can use hyphen or either you want to not use, then you can leave it also, right? Tar space z for gzip type, right? Means it will create a in tar in gz format. So in the last, you have to give tar.gz. right? And space, then file name. So let's create. So see, new file is also created here, right? tar.gz. So let's again see the difference of files. See, difference you are able to see. This tar is 132, but when we compressed in compressed format means gzip, so that file is converted, that tar file is converted into 88K, means almost how much, 60% is compressed than normal tar, right?
Yes.
So this tar is equivalent to zip file, compression, by default compression available in the Windows. So this tar is right compared to gzip, zip file, but tar.gz is compressed in the, when you use WinZip, right? So where there you can use this tar.gz file and all. Okay. So next, right? Create a tar.bz2. So all this is a compression type, right? There are gz, bz2, right? bgz. All this is a compression type, right? So let's suppose if you want to create a archive with tar.bz2, right? So here you have to use option J, right? Just like tar. Now, since you have to remove this Z and you have to use J. So, and after that, you have to give the extension name tar.bz2, bz2, and then nscloud. So, what it will do, it will create another file with this extension. So, this extension always matters, right? This extension will show you what kind of file it is, right? So let's see the difference again. Do hyphen as such and as cloud tar. See, this one bz2 is more compressed than tar.gz, right? So you can say this is the right maximum compression. Other options is also there, all right, which is available, which you can use to create tbz and tb2. So there are two more options is there, but to create these extension you have to use options same, right? Same options you can create, but you can just create this tbz. Okay. And then next one is tar.tb2, tar.tb2, right? So all file is created. Run as cloud. See, are you able to see the difference? tbz, tb2, bz2, all are in same compression, right? See, size is same for all these options, right? So this is how you can compress any file, all right? Doesn't matter, all right, how big file is. If you have 1 TB file, if you will compress that 1 TB file become 200 GB only, all right? So it will save a lot of space. So the basically, all right, administrator take backup from tar command. When we have to create any backup, we use tar command. Okay.
Okay.
So we'll see that too, how we can take a backup and all. To untar a file. Now we have created a tar. So you should also know how you can untar any file. Means how you can unzip that file, right? So to extract a file, you have to use X here, right? X for extract, right? And C for specify the path. Just like on command number 4, if you see to untar extract file, right? We have to use a command tar space xvf space that tar file name, whatever tar file name is, right? So in my case, I have nscloud.tar. So let's do a except. So let's do ls here. So we have already did ls. So there nothing is there, right? So let's do tar space xvf and then nscloud.tar. So when you will run this command will extract that directory, that tar file in the current directory, right? So what it is saying? You must specify delete hyphen o. Sorry, I have used Z here, right? So that's why it's not happening. We have to type X here, right? XVF, right? So X for extract. So when you will X, then here it will extract. So see, in current file, we have new home, right? Inside this home folder, what it is, nscloud is there. Inside that nscloud, all the data is there. Whatever data was there, it's uncompressed in the current folder, right? So here, understand? Now, if you want to extract it on a particular location, just like in Windows, when you right click and unzip any file, it always asks where you want to unextract it, right? Means when you want to decompress. All right. So in that case, you have to use -c flag, right, to define a location. Just like I have mnt folder. Inside this mnt, all right, let's extract it on mnt test folder, right? So inside test folder, we have all this file. So what we have to do? We have to again go inside that tar command and then use -C, right? So capital C means you can define the location where you want to, right, extract that file, right? mnt test, enter. So when you run this, and after that you can check mnt test folder. Inside this, you will get home folder here, right? We have a home folder. Inside this home folder, you will get your all data, right? nscloud. Okay.
Okay.
Now, to uncompress tar.gz archive file. So we see here, just like, let's see, ls. So we have this tar.gz also, tar.gz here, this one. And if you want to extract it, right, let's suppose we have home folder, let's delete this rm home. Rm space hyphen rf home. So we have deleted. Right now we don't have any home. So we are trying to extract the same file, right? But in gz format. So let's see if we do xvf and what will happen. See, it is extracted to same location, right? It is extracted to same location. So if you want to, just like some format is there and you want to just uncompress that, you have to use xvf, right? So xvf will decompress almost all kind of data. But for compression, you have to define, just like if you want to create a gzip, you have to define j, right? Understood?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's suppose if you want to extract bz2, this will also extract. So to extract any folder, you have to use xvf or either hyphen xvf like this, right? Doesn't matter you are using hyphen or not using hyphen inside these options. It will treat the same. Okay. Now, I'm deleting again that home folder so that, okay. So now home folder is gone. So the sixth command is to uncompress tar.bz archive file. So here also the option will be same, tar space hyphen or without hyphen xvf. X means extract, V for verbose, and F for. So let's suppose here bzip2 and we are not using v, then see what will happen. See, that command is finished quickly. It didn't see and didn't show this kind of locations, right? But that file is extracted. You can see here, home folder is there, ls home, right? See, yes, no, right?
Mm-hmm.
Understand the use of v?
Yes.
Great. Okay. Seventh command, to list the content. Now, the very important thing. Now you have taken a backup, right? And you just wanted to verify, or someone asked you, hey, Maima, can you tell me from last backup, when you taken a last backup, this file was there in that backup or not?
Mm-hmm.
Right? So if this kind of scenario will come, what you will do? What do you think? What you will do? Will you extract all fold file, tar file, and go and check? Because you cannot just like simply see if it is there. If you will run ls command, it is a file only, right? You
Mm-hmm.
cannot see content, what content is there inside this file. You cannot, right? So if you will try to do cat, it will show you encrypted format, right? So you will not able to see inside this. But if you wanted, hey, how I can check this file was available or in my last backup or not? In that case, what you can do, you can list that, right? You can list the content, right? How you can list? You can use T command, right? T, V, F. V for verbose and T. So when you will run this, see, it is showing you all options, all the file name here, right? Understand?
Yeah.
I see. TF means it will show you only file name, but if you will use TVF, it will show you
Mm-hmm.
time, honor, group honor, what kind of permission,
Permissions and all that.
all details, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for viewing a file, you can use -t with all kind of file. Either doesn't matter it is star file or it is star.gz file or it is star dot all right bj file. Whatever file is there, you can use -tar space tvf or either tf command. And if you don't want to, you will see if you run like this, it will show you f option is missing because we have to supply a file name, right? So you have to use f. So tf is mandatory to see the file. Okay. Now next, eighth number of command is list content tar.gz archive file. So this is the same which I already explained. Doesn't matter it is bz2 tar.gz or tar.bz2, whatever file is, you can simply view the content of that tar file with t flag, right? Means t option -t. Now, untar single file from the tar. So this is the important, right? Because let's suppose he asked you, okay, Maima, give me this file, see if it is available in the backup and give me. And that file, tar file size is, right, 200 GB. What you will do? Will you decompress 200 GB? If you will decompress 200 GB, that 200 GB will converted in 1 TB, right? So that much space you will require to uncompress that file. But you need only one file, and that file size is 500 MB, right? Which is required. They need that file only. They don't need all other files. In that case, what you will do? You have to just decompress that single file from that tar file. Then how you can do that? Okay. So for that, you have to just just like supply that file name after the tar command, right? So let's do one thing. Let's run tvf command first and see how many files we have. So we have this file Okay, config, known host, code commit.pub. So let's suppose I just wanted this code commit.pub file, right, from my directory. So see, we don't have any home folder here. So what we will do, tar hyphen x v f, right, tar hyphen x v f, xvf means extract, and space that tar file name. After that, that file name which you want to decompress, just like let's suppose I just wanted to decompress this file. So remember, you have to define a full path of that file, right? You don't have to define only code commit or whatever, otherwise it will try to search in the current directory. So see, when we run this command got executed and one home folder created here, right? So let's see here in home folder, home nscloud. Inside this nscloud, we have any file? See, ls-la. We have only one .ssh folder, right? Inside this, we have only one file called idrsa.pub, which we define in the class. Sorry, in the command, right? This is the command we have defined. Okay. So means you have to define that file name if you want to extract that particular file only. Untar single file from tar. Again, the concept is same, but option will be different. Let's suppose you want to untar gz file, right? So tar icon z xvf nscloud.tar.gz, right? And after that, you have to define that two path. Let's suppose we are going to define this and see what is happening. Code commit. Okay, we have defined like this and see what is happening. See, it is showing code commit not found in the archive, means it is searching that archive in the current directory of that archival, means the main, right? So you always have to define the full path of that file. If that is single file, then you can define it. Otherwise, you have to define full path of that file like this, right? Like this command. Here. See, extracted. Now you can see dot home nscloud.ssh. See, code commit file is here, right? So this is how you can extract a single file from a zip archival. Okay. Next. What is this?
Not really getting the difference between those two.
Sorry.
The last two. I'm not getting the difference.
Last.
The last two commands that you ran.
Okay, this one. This one.
Yes, and then the previous one.
Okay. So you not understand this command?
The difference, it looks like it's doing the same thing.
Yeah, it's doing the same thing. Nothing is different, right?
Okay.
Nothing is different, but options, multiple options is there, right?
Okay.
See,
Okay.
when you are defining this, see, the difference is when you are defining ZZ, right? So let's run the same command and show one's difference here. Not this one, okay? This one, okay, copy, paste. See what it is showing? Where we have pwd. Okay, we are in root. cd cloud. Okay, now see, it's extracted, but we have other files too. So let's suppose we are using same options, but we are giving here only tar. What it is saying? See, it is not extracting that. tar file, right? Understand?
Yeah.
Let's run that tar.bz2. See, when I'm using tab, it's also not working when we are using z there, right? bz2. See what it is saying? It is saying no, it's error, right? So when you will use z, you will only able to extract .gz file. But if you will not use, you can use anyone. Understand?
Okay.
All format will support it with xvf, but if you will define that particular option just like z or j, right? If any file is there and you want to use that one, right?
Okay.
bz bz2, right? See, this one is, this option supported the particular format, but xvf is the normal parameter. You can extract on any of these tar files, right?
Okay.
But if you will define that particular options, you have to means you are saying this file is a particular format and created compression with j, right?
Okay.
Mhm. Okay. Next, untar single file. It's okay. We have done it. Untar multiple file from tar.gz, right? So let's suppose you have a right multiple file or you want to extract it. All right. In that case, what you have to do, you have to just see, you have to just define that path. Let's suppose tar tvf. Let's not use v so that we can get the path directly. Okay, so this files is there, right? So let's suppose we wanted to extract multiple files, right, from this. So what you can do, let's delete that home folder rm-rm home so that you will get clarity. Tar space hyphen xvf space nscloud.tar, and here you have to define that file, right? Multiple file, just like let's suppose you just wanted to extract this one and this config file only. So you have to define these two like this, space 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 multiple file. So let's see in ls inside home, what is there? nscloud, and that is hidden file, so you will not see. So inside this nscloud, what we have, see la, right? ssh file or dot bash rc, right? Inside this dot ssh file, what we have only config file, right? So you have to define particular file path. Make sure you have to define full path of that archival. If you will not define full path, it will show you file not found kind of things. Okay.
Okay.
Great. So extracting, right, group of files using wildcard. So wildcard means just like you have to, let's suppose just like you have some particular file in that and you wanted to just, right, extract that one and don't want to extract all file and folders. Just like let's suppose we do tar hyphen pdf tf, then we'll see some files there. So see, we have some file called codecommit.pub and this one. So and pptx. So I just wanted to download all file which extension is .pptx. I don't want to just download all other files. So in that case, what I will do, I have to define that file wildcard, and you have to define. You can also do that without written wildcard hyphen wildcards star dot pptx star, right? See which file are extracted. Only these two file are extracted, right? Because we have used v, so it is showing weak options. And if you use home, inside this home, you will see only those files. Find command and uses, set command and uses. That's it. You're not able to see other files, right?
Yeah.
So this is the use of wildcard. You understand?
Yeah.
Suppose you want to add some file or directory inside that existing tar. In that case, what you will do, right? Just like here, right? So here we have, let's suppose, let's delete that Arab icon, Arab home and ls. So tar space hyphen tv tf nscloud.tar and see how many files we have. All these files we have, but we don't have file this myfile.txt inside this, right? So let's add this myfile.txt, right? You have to use rvf, and after that tar name, and after tar name you have to define just file name, right? So see, this file is added inside this tar file. Let's see tf again and see we have or not. See, this file is also available inside this tar file, right?
Yeah.
So this is how you can use basically your directory or whatever file is there. It's added. See, it's added directory too. So you have to use rvf. R means v is not mandatory, because when you will use v, right, it will show you the process. If you will not use v, it will simply complete the command. It will not show you any kind of process. Okay.
Okay.
Next. So this was what you can say a tar command uses, right? Have you understand the tar command
Yeah.
now in a proper way? All right. So make sure you complete the practice of this tar command. All right, in all
Okay.
given scenario and all given things. Believe me, you have to use this star command on daily basis to take backups, right?
Yeah. Okay.
It's a compression tool, right? So most of the people will use it. You will not get anything in the terminal to right click and compress and all these things. You have to use star command, all right?
Okay.
Okay, great. So